Hey everyone, so today is a tutorial on how I deep clean my brushes in a really inexpensive way. So if you're interested in seeing how I do that, please keep watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye! So to clean my brushes, I'm using Johnson's Baby Head to Toe Wash. This is a baby shampoo. It is dermatologist tested and it is also hypoallergenic. I've used this forever. It says it has an improved formula. Not really sure what they changed in it. I'd have to look into that. But overall, this is just a great product. Alright, so I'm just going to pour some into my hand here. Just a little bit. You can kind of see right there how much I did. Alright, and then I'm just going to start with my brushes. You can see this is my Real Techniques setting brush. You can see right on the tip here that there is definitely some makeup product. I think that's concealer on it, and it's supposed to be kind of a whitish color, so I'll show you how we clean that. So we kind of use lukewarm water and just kind of run your brush under it and get it wet, and then I'm just going to take the brush and dip it into my palm and go in circular motions really lightly. You do not want to push super hard on your brushes or move them around in a way that you wouldn't move them around your face, because that can damage the bristles. So just going around in circles, and then we're going to turn on the water here, just very slightly, not very much, and then you're just going to dip and you're going to continue to rub on your hand with the brush in those circular motions, just letting all the product get out. And you'll see as the product starts to get out that the water in the sink will turn clear once again instead of being kind of a makeup-y foundation concealer kind of color. Now you see on this brush, I can see here that the tip's white, but down here at the base still has some product in it. With these more denser kind of foundation brushes, you really do have to work a little bit harder to get all the product out of them, so I'm going to put a little bit more soap on my hand. And now the water is 100% clear. So I'm just going to finish rinsing this through a little bit, pulling downward, because you never want to pull upwards this way. You want to pull downwards, which is the way the brush naturally goes. Then you're going to turn your water off, and you're just kind of pinch your fingers together and squeeze out all the excess water that you can. Still being very careful, don't tug too hard. And then last step, you're going to kind of shape your brush the way it's supposed to look, like that. So now I'm just going to sit this over here on a dry towel. We will do something with those later. I'm not going to leave them sitting downward like that, but I'll show you that when we're done cleaning all of our brushes. So now you'll see me doing the same thing with my Clinique foundation brush. I'm just rubbing around in those circular motions, and you can see the murky water going into the sink as I rub. But I just keep doing it, and I even have to go in, I think 2 or 3 times to do the same process, just to make sure that I get all the foundation out of my brush and the water is clean. Then I'm just going in and doing this to all of these similar types of brushes, my bronzing brushes, my blush brushes, other foundation brushes, any brush that is sort of on the larger side, I'm using the same technique. I will go and do a slightly different technique for my eyeshadow brushes and the smaller type brushes like that. This process does take a while to do, especially if you have a lot of brushes, and obviously I fast forwarded this so it seems like a lot quicker than it actually does take, but it's definitely worth it to deep clean your brushes like at least twice a month, because by doing this you are going to make your brushes last longer, and you're not going to spread around dirty makeup on your face, because that's going to make your skin more prone to acne, because it is spreading around any bacteria or oils that it is soaked up from your previous uses on your face. So now we are getting on to the eyeshadow brushes, and I'm taking similar brushes and I'm going to wash them together. So I'm kind of taking 4 brushes at a time. These are all eyeshadow brushes. That's why I've paired them together. I kind of paired them based on what I use them for. You can pair them however you want. Just kind of hold all 4 together, and then you're just going to put the same amount of soap, and you're just going to scrub them all together. If you know that you use a lot of certain brushes for darker colors, maybe wash those ones together and then wash the lighter ones together. You can definitely see in the sink I'm getting a lot of that brown color coming out of these brushes. Now I'm getting no more of that murky water coming out of them, so I'm just once again squeezing the water out and then just kind of shaping them to how they're supposed to look and laying them on my towel over here. It's important to reshape the brushes how they're supposed to be shaped for when they dry. Then they'll basically return to how they are when you first bought them. So I'm just going in and doing that same process for all of these brushes that I've chosen to group together. I think it's a lot faster to do 3 or 4 at a time. I'm just scrubbing them all together, and then at the end I'm kind of rinsing them and reshaping them individually real quick. Then this group of brushes right here that I'm going in with are my brushes that I tend to use for my dark blacks and brown eyeshadows. So you can see that the water in my hand is a lot murkier than before. I actually have to go back in and redo some of these individually simply because there was just so much dark color on them. And now I am done with my eyeshadow brushes. Now the one different thing is for these kinds of brushes. So these are my gel eyeliner brushes, so I am going to group these together. But it's the same technique, but it's going to show up really black on my hand and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get off. I'll show you what I mean. So like I said, it's going to be really black. Generally with my gel eyeliner brushes though, I wash them the day after I use them. So I'll use them in my eyes, I'll let the eyeliner kind of dry onto the brush, and then the next morning before I go to put on the gel eyeliner for the next day, I wash my brush and then I use it. So now it's kind of just this gray, gross kind of gunk. And then just kind of rinse it off your hand. I kind of just scrub it off using the brushes themselves. And then you just kind of go through, hold them, make sure that all the stuff is gone. And once again, they'll be soft, they'll no longer be hard. So I'm just reshaping the rest of these brushes really simply, and then I will be absolutely done cleaning my brushes. Alright, and now that all my brushes are clean, they're sitting over there. I'm just taking another towel and I'm rolling it up. And then I'm going to put this underneath my brushes very carefully. They're probably going to fall over and then I'm going to have to reposition them. So I'm trying to put that towel underneath my brushes as carefully as possible so I don't knock them all over, but as you can see I did have to reposition a lot of them so that they're all at a downward angle. Now all my brushes are just kind of at a downward angle. If you were to look at them from the side, they're kind of just slanted like this. And by doing that, it will make sure that all the water drips down into the towel and doesn't get stuck in the ferrule of the brush. The ferrule is like right here on the brush where the glue actually attaches the bristles. So I'm just going to let these brushes dry, and then tomorrow morning when I go to do my makeup, they will be ready to go. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want me to do a video on spot cleaning brushes or anything like that, just leave a comment below and let me know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!